Hey guys, welcome to Christian Encouragement Video Sessions. Today we're sitting down with Frederick. He's going to tell us his story. Frederick, can you tell me a little bit about your childhood, where you were born, where you grew up,
Yes.
what that was like?
First off, I want to just thank you for the opportunity to give my testimony, and I hope it helps somebody. I grew up in El Paso, Texas. As I was growing up, I had a lot of, I didn't even realize there's a lot of pent-up hostility, a lot of anger, a lot of questions like, why is my life like this? Why are my parents like this?
Yeah.
So, I played a lot of contact sports, and I just became very, I would say, aggressive, just to say the least. My dad was in the military. My mom was a stay-at-home mother.
Yeah.
I would say first that my upbringing probably wasn't the best.
Yeah.
My dad and my mother, I thought it was a marriage of convenience, and it just kind of seemed, they just didn't get along. Put it that way, they didn't get along. My dad was an alcoholic, and he was very, very, very tough guy, very large guy, from what I remember of him. I just really, the most vivid memory, of course, is the hat, the drill sergeant that he was, and just how very stern he was. And,
Yeah.
And then the treatment of my mother, how he treated my mom, and the fights and the arguments. So I grew up in a household that was just completely dysfunctional.
Yeah.
They didn't give me any direction, anything. They clothed and fed me, and that's about it. But as far as like, just normal things like feeling like you're loved and feeling like you're wanted, you're not a burden. I really didn't feel that from either one of them.
Yeah.
Kind of felt like I was just a job.
Yeah.
And it was really volatile, man, to say the least. The alcohol made my dad into a different person. And my mom began using drugs. And finally they divorced. And I think one of the most vivid memories I had is when my mom actually came home alone and kind of told me that my dad wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
So basically he quit calling, and I fell out of contact with him for about 26 years.
Wow.
A long time.
Yeah.
I felt like there was some kind of hate going on in there. And, trying to grow up and feel, you feel like that you're not worth anything,
Yeah.
So basically, when that started happening, I had to find a way to kind of like, the sports couldn't even solve it anymore.
Yeah.
So I started looking for other things, getting in trouble, running the streets. A lot of my partners, people I was going to school with, they became like my family, and they were doing just as bad as me. I look back on it. We were all just searching, searching, just lost, man.
Yeah.
And I remember my boy Shorty. We had a party at my mom's house. There's liquor, there's everything there. By this time I'm drinking. She had this boyfriend named Jay. Never forget him. She had this boyfriend named Jay. And so at this party, unbeknownst to me, Shorty had walked in the room, in the bathroom upstairs, and Jay was in there, smoking crack. And that was the first sign that something else was going on with my mom. Because I know this guy's doing drugs. And, I asked her about it. I said, he's doing this, that, and the other, right? And she denied it that she knew. She denied it that she knew. And then it happened that one day I caught her. After football practice, I came home, and man, it's 100-degree heat in El Paso, Texas, man. We're open air stadium, tired.
Yeah.
I get home, and when I walk into the house, I go to the refrigerator, and there's nothing in the refrigerator. And the only thing we had was ice tray with ice cubes in it. That's it. There's nothing in the cabinets.
Wow.
She had sold all the food to get high. She's in the room with the door locked, and I'm knocking on the door, and I'll be out in a minute. A minute when you're smoking crack can be an hour.
Yeah.
Sometimes a minute could be a whole day. So, I called my grandma, and I remember I told my grandma about it. She sent my auntie down there to check on her. And so my mom cleaned up for about 2 days. You know, my auntie then finally got in town, and she cleaned up, and you know, she put on this good act and this, that, and the other, and they sat back and they talked, and I told them what the problem was, and of course she denied it. You know, he's delusional, he's just seeing it, you know, he's just, I don't know why he's telling these lies and this, that, and the other. And so, you know, as they left, I remember my mom went outside, and I could hear her through the door asking her sister for some money. You know, so my auntie gave her like 50 bucks. And of course, that went straight to the dope man. You know what I mean? And so it was just continuing to lie, and basically, I just kind of adopted that attitude, man, that I was just going to be, you know, just as, I'd say, despicable as she was, you know?
Yeah.
So it just came a point in time, man, where I just really felt like I was at the point where I just really wanted to give up. So, you know, I was around 17 or something, man. And I said, what is it about this that makes her do the things that she does? And so one day, I kind of walked upstairs and they had the door open and they're doing their thing. And now they know I know, so it's no big secret.
Yeah.
You know, and I walk up in there and she's in there doing her thing, and I'm just sitting there looking at her, and I'm like completely defeated, man. You know, I'm defeated.
Yeah. Literally
defeated. And so, you know, what's the big deal? What is it about this? And just something popped in my head, let me try this.
Yeah.
And my Lord, when I tried it, I knew I was done. I was done for it. That was it. It had me.
Yeah.
And so it just came to a point where, you know, we were dual addicts in the same house, man, and, you know, we're both doing God knows what, and, so it got so bad, man, where we basically didn't have anything, we didn't have any furniture, I was wearing the same clothes every day, you know, it was just, we were bad. You know, it got so bad that she actually sold the refrigerator that actually went to the apartment, she sold it.
Wow.
You know, so sold all the furniture, we didn't have nothing. Finally, Grandma came down there, and you know, she seen the condition that we were in, and she gave us a bus ticket, and we came up here to Kansas. You know, I kind of got away from all that, you know what I'm saying? But it was still something inside me that it still had a hook in me, you know? So I started back drinking a little bit, and next thing you know, I'm drinking, you know, maybe once a week to drinking twice a week. Now, you know, I gotta have it every day.
Yeah.
I got to have it every day. And then I had to have something a little bit more powerful, so I went out there and searched, and I found it, you know, and that kind of just led to my life of crime, man. You know, I would've, if it wasn't for drugs and alcohol, I'd never go to jail. I'd have never been in jail. I'd have been doing something totally different.
Yeah.
As far as the path that I took, I wouldn't change it. I'm kind of glad that I took this path, because you know what you learn in the valley, once you come out the valley and get to the mountaintop, that's what's going to keep you there, what you learn in the valley, man.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the Jews had to learn, you know, before they can get to the mountaintop, they had to learn all the stuff in the valley. You know, that's why God kept them out there for 40 years. You know, they had to learn that stuff. I went to jail for a minute, went to jail a couple times, just in and out, because I couldn't kick this drug addiction. You know, and in the midst of that, I had 2 kids, 1 failed marriage, countless other things that failed for me in my life. But this last time that I went to jail, I really found, I was really searching for the Lord. And I believe that's where I found him, was in jail.
Yeah.
You know, and throughout my time in jail, when I look back on it, I know God was there. You know, through my, you know, even through my addiction, I know God was there.
Yeah.
You know, some of the things that I did just to be alive right now, I know God wasn't done with me yet.
Yeah.
And you know, Elijah, when I look back on it, like I said, I wouldn't change a thing. I am who I am because I went through all of that.
Yeah.
You know, I still struggle a little bit, but I know that you know, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Amen, man.
You know, and you know, I say that scripture every day. So once I believe I found the Lord in jail, I really started just reading his word, and I just became consumed with it, and became consumed with doing right, and just wanted to do the best that Fred could do.
Yeah.
But the first thing I had to do was actually forgive my parents. I had to absolutely forgive them.
Yeah.
And I had to not look at them with spite,
Yeah.
or something that you just want to throw up, I had to look at them as the same as me and people that struggle.
Yeah.
And, but they just didn't know how to come out of it or ask who to come out of it, help them out of it.
Yeah.
I finally came to the point where I asked God, I said, God, I just can't do this. I can't do it without you. I laid it at his feet and he took it away. I got out. I was on parole. Went to Mears. And that's when things really started clicking for me. I already had a little clean time in,
Yeah.
like 5 months. But the challenge was going to be to get through this. How long can you stay clean? That was how I was looking at it.
Yeah.
How long can I stay clean before I fall again? I didn't want the same things in life.
Yeah.
I didn't want the same things. I didn't want the same people. Not that I'm better than them, but I didn't want the same things that they wanted anymore.
Yeah.
I wasn't chasing drugs or women or anything like that. I was chasing after Jesus.
Yeah.
That's what I was chasing. How could I be of service?
Yeah.
Because I've been working for the devil most of my life. Now how can I serve you? And through that, just everything started opening. There were things that happened in Mears that were expected, and there was a lot of things in there that happened that was unexpected.
Yeah.
God will definitely move your heart and he'll change it. And he'll make you into a new creation. I know for me, it just come down to laying it at his feet and just laying it there, turning it around, Elijah, and just walking away from it and
Yeah.
trusting that he'll deliver me from it and giving me the strength to be like, bro, I can't do this. No, I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So then me just wanting to be sober turned into me, I'm gonna be sober. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sober. My quality of life is gonna be a lot better.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail. No, I'm not going to go to jail.
So you went
Because-
from saying to yourself, okay, when's the next time I'm going to go to jail? How long can I stay out of jail to I'm not going in?
No,
Yeah.
and I'm not going because I'm not committing no more crimes, because
Yeah.
I'm not doing any more drugs,
Yeah.
and because I'm being honest with
Yeah.
the people that are trying to entice me to do these things. No, the answer is no. Where back in the day I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
I just could not do that. It felt awkward. And be honest with you, doing drugs and doing things like that, man, it's just unnatural.
Yeah.
It's just not natural. We weren't made to do those things. That's why we have so many problems when we do them.
Yeah.
Because it was unnatural.
Yeah.
God said, don't do these things and you won't have no problems, But we do them, and he says you're going to have problems basically if you do them. And we do them and have problems.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people come out of treatment programs and do not relapse. Not a lot of people do. Some people don't relapse, and thank God I'm one of them.
Yeah.
And like I said, I just have no desire in my heart or in my brain to want to do those things no more, because I done made so many strides. I've stepped forward. I'm becoming a leader in my house, and hopefully eventually I'll become a leader in this community.
Yeah.
And I just love the people that I surround myself with now. I wouldn't say at times I'm not the easiest person to get along with, but now, I got boundaries, I got morals, I got standards, man. I don't
Yeah.
feel like I'm worthless. I don't feel like I'm a piece of crap. I feel like that I am a child of God. I feel like I'm special, not too special, not more special than anybody else, but I feel like I'm loved enough.
Yeah.
I feel like God loved me. If he did, what Romans 8:31 said, 31, 32, he gave up his son for us. So I know I'm special. There's not a doubt. I know he loves me. So my best, to honor God is not just by saying I honor God. It's by my actions.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Can I serve God better? And that's really all I want to do is serve the Lord. I get up every morning, say a little prayer, and I go off to work. Sometimes I have to remind myself at work that I'm not working for them, I'm working for the Lord. Sometimes, a whole lot of times during the day, honestly. But I just love where I'm at right now. I'm over a year clean. The doors are opening. I got an interview at the state capitol, and that's just big, man. That's just big, going from somebody that was incarcerated by them to potentially working for them.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even consider working for them. I would consider working with them.
Yeah.
Because if God's going to put me in that position, then there's an assignment somewhere. Even if it's for the interviewer and I don't get the job, just to profess that I love Jesus Christ in front of him might change something in his life. There's an assignment somewhere there. And I know God always is going to present the opportunity. I asked God, I said, please. I said, I want to be like Job. Provide me with a new family.
Yeah.
And he did, in more ways than one. The first family he provided me with was this church, Central Park Christian. When I came here on Thanksgiving, and I haven't stopped coming. This is my first family that he provided me with.
Yeah.
And then, I just felt like God started bringing people in my life, and he brought Brandy in my life.
Yeah.
And through this, I've got to meet her family. They've come to church with us. Her daughter, this will be her second time coming tomorrow. And God just keeps providing these new people, this new family for me. Even though we may not be biological, this is my family. This is my church family, and this is my family also.
Yeah, man.
And it's just a blessing just to see, the people that God brings you in life. It just comes down to a decision to serve God, praise Him and worship Him, trust Him, let Him guide your step, let Him put the desires on your heart.
Do you want to go a little bit into how you found Christ in prison?
Absolutely. I was just reading, and one of my favorite chapters is Philippians. And, it was the be anxious for nothing scripture. And, run the race and not looking back. When Paul was speaking about running the race with surprise in Jesus Christ. I felt like I was getting closer to the Lord. And it was really, first Joshua that kind of stood out, where he just told Joshua to be strong and courageous. Be strong and courageous. And that's what I was not. I was not strong and I was not courageous. I was paralyzed by fear, guilt, shame, and everything else. And I was paralyzed because those things won't let you move. Fear, guilt, shame, all those things that the world puts on you, how the enemy condemns you. It was all a matter of my mind and who had control of my mind. And still to that day, I was still fighting with those things. Now today, I'm not fearful, but I'm very cautious.
Yeah.
And I do feel like I'm a little bit stronger and a little bit more courageous because I took chances. And I've just here lately, I've just been really blessed with finding the Lord. Like I said, finding Him in a jail cell.
Yeah.
And when I'm by myself and it's just me and Him, it's loud out there, and I'm just in there reading my word, just searching.
Yeah.
And that's where I found God in jail.
That's awesome.
And I just started coming through, and I started, I'd preach a little bit to the guards, and sometimes they preach back.
Yeah.
One particular officer told me I'm having a tough day, and she said, I seen her at Walmart too about a couple months ago, and she said, Fred, you just got to learn how to pray through. I'd always want to go around.
Yeah.
But I know that in most of the scriptures, God always says through. He doesn't say around. He doesn't say to the right or to the left. He said you're going to have to get through it to get to it. And, I just love the Lord and everything that He's done and provided for me.
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome, man. As we wrap up here, is there anything you want to say to the people watching?
Yeah, I just don't give up.
Don't give up.
Do not give up. Your lowest point is when you give up. That's when the devil got you, is when you can give up. Mm-hmm. Don't give up. Give God a chance. If you got any faith in the Lord, your faith is going to require some kind of action. If you move just a little bit, God's going to move the rest of the way. And the best example of that for me would be the woman that bled for 12 years. And I always describe it like this, like life is like this. Back in those days, you can imagine the street in Jerusalem, probably no bigger than this hallway, following, no bigger than this room, following this guy named Jesus. Maybe hundreds and hundreds of people. This little bitty old woman has made her mind up, and in her heart she said, if I could just touch his cloak, I would be healed. But before she could get there, what did she have to do? She had to fight through this crowd, You know, she was already hurt and, you know, probably disabled. You know, you can just imagine trying to get through this crowd. You know, we don't know if it was hot, we don't know if it was cold, we don't know what it was. But she fought to get through this crowd to touch Jesus. And that's what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to fight through this world to touch Jesus. There's no other way, because the world is not going to make it easy. The world is going to throw everything at you. It's going to throw the kitchen sink at you because it doesn't want you to succeed. You know, the world is confusing. The master of this world, you know, is the master of tyranny, confusion, hatred, anger, all that good stuff. See, God is not about confusion. Yeah. He's very clear on this. He's not about confusion. He loves us, but you're going to have to fight to get there. Yeah. And you're going to have to want it. And it requires steps. You know, and I always tell people, when I look back on God's promises, you know, God's promises are conditional. Mm-hmm. They're conditional on us doing what he asks us to do, what he commands us to do. And if we do it, then those promises will be fulfilled. Not saying you're going to be a millionaire, not going to say you're going to be this big famous person or anything like that. But your life will be much, much different than what it is now if you're struggling, especially in addiction. You have got to want to change. You cannot give up. You know, don't give up. That's the best advice I can give to somebody. Do not give up.
Well, thank you for sitting down and talking with us. We appreciate this.
Thank you.
Looking forward to getting to work with you in the future.
Okay.
Moving forward, working together in the kingdom.
Absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. Check out the next video in about a week.